It was just before Halloween that the walk up to this Davenport home looked different. These pumpkins weren't here. Nothing was. Someone, for some reason, had stolen everything in the middle of the night.
Abby looked outside all the time at our pumpkins, and then they were just gone one day.
Abby is 14-year-old Abby Scott, a cheerful, happy young teenager who is terminally ill. A tragically certain future brought on by an unspecified disease.
They can't find out what's wrong with her.
So now the Scotts sojourn on, together, grateful for each and every day, trying to keep up their traditions and making memories as they go.
We go to Thompson every year to get our pumpkins. We make a day out of it, the four of us, and we had 4 pumpkins out on our front porch, and somebody stole them.
Barb, upset, wrote a note to the Quad City Times expressing her frustration, her daughter's disappointment. They printed a small article, and 2 days later, a huge delivery. New pumpkins, flowers, magazines, balloons, a pumpkin planter with a mum inside.
It was like, who in the world sent this? And you open the card up and you see just anonymous donor, and it's from a soldier in Egypt.
Suddenly, that sad memory of those missing stolen pumpkins vanished.
She was just ecstatic. She smiled so much. She hasn't been that happy in a very long time.
She was glowing pretty good that day.
Well, the Scotts ended up learning who the stranger was, some staff sergeant from Moline named Scott Snyder. He's overseas, serving on the Sinai Peninsula right now with the 2nd Battalion 123rd Field Artillery Regiment. Well, we went over and tracked him down. Simply, he thought, to talk about what it's like to be away from home. What do you miss about home?
Green, Whitey's ice cream, my family mostly, wife and 2 kids back in Moline.
Then, the surprise. This time, though, he was on the receiving end. Got something for you here.
Okay.
That's for you.
Okay.
And go ahead and open it.
All right.
Inside that envelope, pictures of the girl he'd never met, the gifts he'd never seen, the thanks he'd never expected.
You made her day, month, and year. She's totally forgotten that her pumpkins were stolen. It's unbelievable to us that a complete stranger could be so kind and compassionate to our daughter. Appreciate it. It's very touching.
What inspired you to do that?
I have a nephew with a disorder, and I'm his favorite uncle. So every chance I get, I try to lighten up his day. And I feel lucky because my children are so healthy and active, and for the lack of a better word, normal. It just sort of tugs on my heart when a child is left to do without, and there's a definite finality for her life. And it just, things like that just sort of tug on my heartstrings.
It's a story these days too rare, an act of selfless kindness that no one here will forget, and words from that grateful family back home that Scott will always remember.
Thank you for what you did and for the service you give to our country, Barb and Doug, the Scott family.